Imagine a scene. The sun rises over the South China Sea, a place of tension now witnessing a historic shift. A groundbreaking agreement has been signed between the Philippines and China, challenging the old order and signaling a new era in international relations. This single handshake could redefine alliances and redraw economic maps. For decades, the Philippines has been a cornerstone of American strategy in Asia. By moving closer to Beijing, Manila is making a calculated gamble. Will this lead to prosperity and stability, or a new kind of dependency? The implications are vast, affecting investors, policymakers, and citizens of neighboring countries. Even those far away are impacted by the stability of global trade routes. This is about more than two countries. It's about the shifting sands of the 21st century world order. What comes next? We will explore the history leading to this moment and analyze the proposal's specifics. We'll hear from experts trying to make sense of this new reality. Understanding this issue is essential to understanding the world we live in today. This is a complex issue with no easy answers, but understanding it is essential to understanding the world we live in today and the world we are building for tomorrow. The relationship between the Philippines and China is as old as the sea that connects them. For centuries, traders and migrants have crossed these waters, creating a rich tapestry of cultural and economic exchange. However, recent decades have been defined by conflict over the South China Sea. Both nations claim overlapping territories, including resource-rich areas like the Spratly Islands. The tension peaked in the early 2010s, with the Philippines taking its case to the Permanent Court of Arbitration. The court's ruling in 2016 invalidated most of China's claims, a legal victory for the Philippines. However, China rejected the ruling, leading to a tense standoff. The years following saw a seesaw of diplomatic approaches from Manila. Some administrations sought economic cooperation with Beijing, while others strengthened military ties with the U.S. This inconsistency highlighted the dilemma facing the Philippines of balancing sovereign rights with economic opportunities. The current administration saw an opportunity in Beijing's renewed diplomatic push. The proposal from China was the culmination of years of strategic patience from Beijing and growing fatigue in Manila. Understanding this history is crucial to grasping why the Philippines has taken this dramatic step now. What exactly is in this groundbreaking proposal? It's a comprehensive package known as the Joint Framework for Development and Security. The deal is built on three pillars: economic investment, resource sharing, and security de-escalation. China pledges $150 billion in infrastructure investments, including ports, railways, and 5G networks. The resource-sharing pillar establishes a joint energy development zone in a contested area. A joint venture will explore potential oil and gas reserves, with a revenue-sharing model favoring the Philippines. The security pillar establishes a new code of conduct for the waters around the Spratly Islands. It includes a hotline between coast guards and a commitment to cease provocative actions. The Philippines will scale back joint military exercises with the U.S. The Philippine Foreign Secretary stated, "This is about choosing peace and prosperity." These terms represent a fundamental reorientation of Philippine foreign policy. The economic package is transformative, the resource-sharing model pragmatic, and the security component promising. However, critics argue the deal trades sovereignty for economic gain. We'll explore these risks in more detail. The political consequences of this agreement were immediate, both within the Philippines and internationally. Domestically, the deal has divided the political landscape. The administration hails it as a path to peace and economic growth. President Serrano declared, "We have chosen a future of cooperation, not confrontation." Supporters see it as a bold move to solve an intractable problem. However, the opposition labels it a historic betrayal, surrendering sovereign rights for Chinese money. Protests have erupted, with legal challenges to the agreement's constitutionality. Internationally, reactions are swift and divided. Neighboring nations like Vietnam and Malaysia respond with cautious apprehension. They fear the deal undermines ASEAN's unity and advances a divide-and-conquer strategy. For the U.S., this is a strategic setback, impacting its Indo-Pacific strategy. The agreement to scale back military exercises is a blow to Washington's alliance network. Washington must now navigate a new reality where an ally speaks with a pro-Beijing accent. The economic implications of the joint framework are immense, promising change for the Philippine economy. The $150 billion in investments could transform infrastructure, creating jobs and boosting trade. Proponents argue this will unleash economic dynamism, lifting the Philippines into upper-middle income status. Joint energy exploration in the South China Sea is another major prize. Discovering significant oil and gas reserves would enhance energy security and reduce the trade deficit. However, economists warn of a debt trap, with projects financed through Chinese loans. If returns fall short, the Philippines could face unsustainable debt and Chinese leverage. Critics point to other countries where Chinese projects favored Chinese labor, limiting local benefits. The deal could deter investment from other countries, fearing a tilted playing field. The adoption of Chinese 5G technology raises security concerns. The long-term economic prize is tantalizing, but the risk of dependency is real. The Philippines could become more integrated with China's economy, but isolated from traditional partners. The price of potential dependency cannot be ignored. Beyond politics and economics, this agreement will affect the everyday lives of Filipinos. Fishing communities could see immediate benefits if the security de-escalation holds. Calmer waters would allow fishermen to earn livelihoods without fear. Infrastructure projects will reshape communities, bringing jobs and economic activity. However, large-scale construction can lead to displacement and social friction. The arrival of foreign workers could create cultural tensions. Culturally, the agreement may accelerate Chinese influence. Expect more Mandarin education, cultural exchanges, and Chinese media. This enriches the cultural landscape but sparks debate about national identity. Filipinos fear overwhelming Chinese influence could dilute their heritage. The social fabric will be tested, with debates over economic betterment versus national pride. Will economic benefits be distributed fairly? Will cultural exchange be mutual? The answers will determine how this agreement is judged by the people. For the U.S., the Philippines' pivot towards China challenges its post-WWE strategy in Asia. The American alliance system relies on steadfast partners like the Philippines. The Philippines' strategic location is critical for U.S. military operations. The agreement to reduce joint military exercises impacts readiness and interoperability. Reduced access to Philippine bases complicates U.S. strategic planning. Washington's response is a delicate balancing act. Publicly, the U.S. reiterates its commitment to the Mutual Defense Treaty. Privately, there's intense diplomatic activity to remind the Philippines of alliance benefits. The U.S. faces a choice: take a hard line or play a longer game. This event forces a reassessment of American foreign policy. China's economic influence is a potent tool the U.S. struggles to counter. The Philippine deal accelerates debates on a robust U.S. economic strategy for the Indo-Pacific. Washington must rethink its approach to great power competition. A geopolitical shift of this magnitude sparks diverse opinions. Pragmatists see the Philippines' decision as logical, securing economic benefits. They believe engaging with China moderates its behavior and fosters stability. Skeptics view the agreement as debt-trap diplomacy and a victory for Chinese expansionism. They argue the Philippines traded security for cash, weakening U.S. alliances. A third group sees this as a middle power asserting its own foreign policy. The Philippines pursues a multi-aligned strategy, maximizing benefits from all sides. Regional experts focus on the impact on ASEAN, fearing bilateral deals undermine unity. If ASEAN countries cut separate deals with China, the bloc's relevance diminishes. The dream of a unified ASEAN as a neutral arbiter is threatened. These experts are less concerned with U.S.-China rivalry and more with regional order. The Philippines' move is a risky attempt to assert agency on the world stage. The deal's impact on ASEAN and regional dynamics is a key concern. We stand at a crossroads in modern history. The Philippines-China agreement is a symbol of a world in transition. The old certainties of the post-Cold War era are fading. A new, complex and uncertain landscape is emerging. The Philippines' move highlights China's economic pull and smaller nations' choices. This moment will be studied by historians and policymakers for decades. The path forward for the Philippines is fraught with opportunity and peril. If investments materialize and security agreements hold, it could be a golden age. However, if debt and loss of control ensue, it could be a cautionary tale. The success or failure depends on Philippine institutions and Beijing's intentions. The world watches every step. This story is not over. It has just begun. The choices made in Manila, Beijing, and Washington will shape the future.